Let's dive into a single, really powerful piece of wisdom that honestly could be the key to unlocking some of our biggest daily frustrations. It's an idea that seems so simple on the surface, but it's got the power to completely reframe how we deal with the people in our lives. Okay, so first, let's talk about a feeling we all know. I mean, we've all been there. We'll call it the frustration loop. You know what I'm talking about, that exhausting and frankly maddening cycle of trying to change other people.
I mean, really, think about it. Have you ever felt like you're just talking to a brick wall? You're trying to get a colleague to see your point, or maybe get your partner to change a habit, or even just get a family member to take your advice. You pour all this energy in, and what happens?
Well, what happens is this dynamic that's almost like a law of social physics, right? The harder we push, the more they resist. The more we try to convince them, the more they just ignore us. The more we argue our point, the more they dig their heels in and defend their own position. It's this predictable, totally draining pattern. And that's the honest truth, isn't it? It feels like a battle you just can't win, and it leaves you feeling powerless and completely out of gas. But what if the problem isn't how hard you're trying, but the entire strategy you're using?
This brings us to a huge, fundamental shift in perspective. Instead of just trying harder at the same losing game, we're going to look at a completely different way to play. See, the wisdom we're looking at today points us down a path that's way less about brute force and a lot more about, well, strategy. It's a path that can get you out of that frustrating loop for good.
And here it is. This is the core idea. Before changing others, first of all, change yourself. This is being wise and sensible. The radical part here is that the real target for change, it isn't them, it's us. Now, this isn't about giving up. It's about getting smarter with where we put our energy.
So, what does this inward turn actually look like in real life? I mean, how do we take this cool idea and make it a tool we can actually use? Well, it really just breaks down into a simple three-step pivot. First, you just recognize it. You feel that urge to jump in and fix or change someone else. Second, and this is the most important part, you pivot. You consciously take the spotlight off of them and you shine it back on yourself. And third, you alter something that's actually in your control. Maybe it's your response, maybe it's your expectations, or hey, maybe it's just your whole perspective on it.
And this is the heart of why this whole thing works. We can't directly control what someone else thinks or does. It's just impossible. But we have total control over our own stuff. So focusing on yourself isn't selfish, it's just strategic. You're putting your effort into the one variable in the equation you can actually change.
All right, so let's get to the payoff. Why does this work so well? Why does the source say this simple move is wise and sensible? Well, it's wise because it stops you from burning all your time and energy on a mission that's pretty much impossible. And it's sensible because it's grounded in reality, the reality of what you can control versus what you can't. It's a practical approach that actually leads to real results, not just more headaches.
And the payoffs are awesome, and they happen pretty quick. You break that frustration loop, you get your energy back, you actually start to build real influence, because, people listen more when they don't feel like they're being pushed, and most important of all, you put yourself back in the driver's seat. So let's wrap this all up by bringing it right back to you. How can you start using this piece of wisdom today, like right now, in your own life? So here it is, the big takeaway question. I want you to think of one situation, one person that's frustrating you right now. Now, instead of thinking about what they should do differently, ask yourself this. What is the one thing within my control that I can change? Making that shift, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. And that right there is where your real power is.